beautiful people? Thank you so much for coming back to this channel. And I'm sure if you're new, you don't know who I am. My name is Asanda and this is a fashion channel. But today we're doing things slightly different. I'm sure you're here because you also want to find out how I managed to lose 30 kilograms without exercise, okay? Number one, and in 10 months. How did I manage to do it? I'm gonna tell you all about it, so stay tuned. Disclaimer that I'm not a doctor or a dietitian. So basically what inspired me to actually talk about this on my YouTube channel, I actually shared my story on TikTok, how I managed to lose about 30 kilograms plus. Basically everyone was intrigued. How did you lose weight without exercise, etc.? So I thought, you know what, let me share on my YouTube. Maybe I can help someone out that wants to also lose weight, or someone that is struggling to lose weight, or someone that is, you know, on the journey of losing weight and, you know, getting fit, getting healthy, getting our lives together, baby. So basically all my life I've always been chubby, right? I've always just been the chubby girl, like since primary school, high school days. But I didn't think much of it because I came from a family of like chubby people. Like my mom was chubby, my grandmother was chubby, everyone was chubby in our family. So I always thought maybe this is how I'm meant to be as well. I thought, you know, it runs in the family, all of that stuff, genetic vibes. I blamed it on my genetics basically, and which was partly true. My relationship with food, yo guys, I love food. I used to abuse food basically. I loved eating, especially I've got a sweet tooth till today. I can eat chocolate biscuits. There's no limits to me. I'll buy a whole packet and I'll finish it by myself. I'll finish a whole packet of chips, you know, and I used to eat. Like, your girl loved eating. One thing about me, I never got full. I just loved my food. I loved my appetite. I had a very healthy appetite growing up. I used food as a sort of a comfort pillar. Yeah, food used to comfort me whenever I felt sad. I used to eat when I feel happy. I used to eat when I'm excited. I used to eat. For all my emotions, I used to eat basically. And I remember going to visit my family during the holidays, you know, when you haven't seen like distant family, and everyone used to be like, "Hi bo, hi we are you," because I kept getting bigger and bigger. Everyone would be shocked, like, "Hi bo, so gaga." You know, being black is an extreme sport, eh? Like, one thing about family, they will tell you when you've gained weight. They will tell you in your face, they won't hide it. And I always used to be so embarrassed, honestly, because I'm like, yo, now it's June and I have to visit Uzbanbani from in Eastern Cape, and I used to think to myself, I better diet before I visit, because Aunt Banban is going to tell me I'm fat and I cannot stand this. I don't want to be told I'm fat, I've gained weight. Every holiday it used to be the same story. And also one thing about our people, they'd call you studla. You know the word. You know what I'm talking about, South Africans. Studla. Studla is a fat person basically. That's the language they used to use for us. Everyone used to tell me, no man, studla is a term of endearment, and I'm like, term of endearment, my foot. When you guys are dressing slender, you always go, oh, slender. Why not say studla? Also address me like that. Why are you going studla? My size. You're making it, you know, the tone, it was just never said in a positive manner. I always took it in a negative way, that if someone's calling me studla, it's never a good thing. They mean I'm fat, I'm getting out of hand. Like I said, every year I was just getting bigger and bigger. By the time I was 12, I was already a size 36 and I had a double D cup at my age. I know. It also aged me a little bit because obviously when you're much bigger, and I just had big breast, I had a big chest, and it was not comfortable at all for me at an early age. And that was also the same year that I started high school, and I mean, high school was the ghetto. Not because I was fat, but because I was not okay with being fat. I would always wonder to myself that how come I'm not okay? Because I'd watch other people, some people look like they accepted themselves, some people owned the whole fat thing, and for me, it just did not sit well with me. My problem is, right, I didn't do sports, which is what I regret till this day, because I just thought to myself, I'm too big to do sports. Yeah, I know. I said I'm too big to do sports. I was like, okay. I thought to myself, what if I just did gym, right? Lost weight, and then I'll do sports. Then I'll be thin enough to do sports. I don't know. This was my mentality back then, because I didn't want to be running around the field and falling in my chubby state. Oh my gosh. I'm from a school where they dragged you. They'd go. There were these guys at school, like, for every like little thing, there were these guys that hang around. They didn't do sports themselves. First of all, they would just hang around there by outside school the whole afternoon, and they'd watch people go past. It's also, like, to be honest with you, I was just being self-conscious. I had low self-esteem. I did not enjoy the body I was in. I was very much uncomfortable. I was embarrassed to be big. I was embarrassed to be fat, and I didn't understand why I was getting big, because I used to yes, I loved food, but I didn't think I was eating to the point where my weight was just escalating. I used to diet quite a lot, and the only thing that diet did was just made me get even bigger and bigger. Diets did not work for me. I even tried, like, the whole bulimia thing, guys, and you know, honestly, that's a lot of work. Like, I don't have energy for that. Like, throwing up, hell no. At my biggest, right, in high school, by the time I was in matric, actually, I wore size 40, so I was 40, 42. In between that, and I wore a size double G cup, and I weighed like around 90 kilograms. By the time I was in first year of uni, my weight did escalate even more, and like I was like 90 plus. This is bad, because if you know me, I am like tiny. I am this short. I'm 5'3". For a short girl to weigh 90, that's bad. My weight just went, you know. I didn't look like cute in the right places, because society acknowledges women that are curvy in the correct places, but what about women that are curvy around the tummy, women that are heavy around certain areas that are not so desirable, you know? So I used to package my weight around, like, I had love handles, my breast, my stomach, my arms, my legs. So now what this means, as a teenager, I couldn't wear like cute little clothes. I couldn't wear the cute little lace bras. I couldn't wear anything that looked cute. It was just like, it was devastating for me, honestly, because I'm a liker of things. I love beautiful things, and I couldn't fit in any of the clothes that I wanted to fit in. I couldn't enjoy my body. I couldn't wear shorts. I always used to hide my body. I used to wear leggings all the time, because leggings have a stretch to it, and jeans just don't have a stretch. I used to stay away from jeans because jeans don't have a stretch, and I was devastated by the size I was when it came to jeans. I had this mentality about myself that, you know, I can never lose weight. I can never, you know, it could never be me. I just have to accept my reality. So my first year of university, I moved out of the house, and I was still eating, you know. I was still being me. I was still, we used to eat. There's this place called Poor Guys or Poor Boys or something like that. Wow. So me and my skinny friends, by the way, they would launch me. They'd be like, let's go eat there, because they were skinny. They were fine. But anyways, I used to eat. So we'd order like fries, like, you know, slop chips. When you used to take a chip and it's like dripping of fat, and guys, with vinegar, tomato sauce, mustard, all the sauces, chip spice, that was me. Burgers, chips, chicken, that was me. Like, my diet was my diet was so poor, and honestly I still didn't even consider at this point that I should probably take good care of my health. I was just eating. So I was like, okay, cool, like I'm in uni now, like who gonna check me about my diet? Who gonna make me feel bad that I'm fat? I met this guy, his name was like, and shout out to if you're watching. So this guy, he used to give me lifts to school, right? So me and we lived in the same building in first year. But then this guy, he used to listen to podcasts in the car of like eating healthy, all of that. Okay, a bit of background about him: he's vegan. I don't know if he's still vegan right now, but he used to be like extreme with his health, right? Like he was very intentional about what he ate, what he put in his body. He was like the 5 a.m. gang. He'd wake up at 5 o'clock. He used to describe how every time he jogs, he'd watch the sun go up. Like he was that guy. Like he was such a positive dude. Like he's such a positive oak, and he would just basically talk about how he eats well, his diet. And I also became intrigued, you know, like one time, right? One time we started speaking about fitness and health. I don't know how the conversation got to me. I think I told him that I wanted to lose weight or something like that, but I was like to him, you know, I'm not really disciplined or anything like that. And he was like, no, I actually think, Asa, you're very disciplined, you know. And I'm like, what? Like I've never thought of myself as like a disciplined person or anything like that. He goes, no, you're the first person to arrive at our stop, because we used to have a stop to wait for him because he used to take us to school. He's like, you're always the first person there, you're always on time. Like, I think you're super disciplined, hey? And I was like, that's interesting. I think that was the first time in my life where I really like changed how I thought about myself, because I had these perceptions that I'm not disciplined, that I'm, you know, I'm fat because I it's my genetics, that I couldn't lose weight, that losing weight was difficult, blah 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 blah. And I think from there on, something small, something tiny that he said, that no, you disciplined, which kind of made me like change my perception about myself, that okay, maybe I am disciplined, maybe I can lose weight, maybe it's not genetics, maybe it's genetics, like this. So this was when my weight loss journey began. So first of all, just to mention, I did not put myself on a time frame. I did not pressure myself. I was on my own pace, and that's the first thing you need to understand about losing weight. It's not a quick fix. If you want to change your life, guys, you shouldn't be rushing yourself. I've got a deadline, I've got until December goals, all of these funny things. Your goal should be health first and foremost. You should change your whole entire life. It's not a quick fix and then you've gained it all back. And this is the secret to why I have maintained my weight the way it is. Like several years later, I still haven't gained that weight back. I've changed my relationship with food. I stopped abusing food. I stopped using food as a comfort zone. I started becoming disciplined in my life, and I stopped making excuses for myself. I cut off takeaways. I cut off alcohol. I know I've lost most of you guys when I said alcohol. And also, one of the big things I think played a huge role was cutting off bread. I cut off most carbs, so bread, pasta, potatoes. I replaced that with complex carbs, which is brown rice and sweet potatoes. That's it. And instead of eating bread, I would have like Pro Vitas, I'd have cracker breads in my house, and also cutting off sugar. So all the sweets I was eating and biscuits, I cut them off slowly. And I also cut off sugar in my tea and my coffee. I have that without sugar, and it started becoming a lifestyle for me. Like even my palate, my taste palette started changing. Like, the healthier I ate was the more I craved for healthy foods, right? I started to crave for salads, I'm starting to crave for sweet potato, I'm starting to crave for fresh foods, for fruit, etc. Another thing I started doing, instead of using a big plate, I started using a small plate. it's hard to fill a small plate because you won't be able to put everything that you want. I started using a small little bowl, and portion control is everything. Even if you're eating healthy, you need to sort of maintain a good portion control. Ungatyi veg beninzi sitya sigcwale sithi qhu. Ayibo. Another thing is I stopped eating super late. Like stop eating after 8 o'clock. Like eat before that. So I stopped eating late to also give time for my meals to digest. And also one thing I do is after eating I drink green tea. And also another thing, water. In between all my meals I drink lots and lots of water. I cut off dairy, I cut off milk, yogurt, and those kind of things. I stopped eating in a rush, so I actually sit down when I'm eating so I can chew more and actually enjoy my food. And it's about becoming more intentional about what you're putting in your body, right? So you need to be aware as well and listen to your system. If you full, stop eating. I would advise that I'm a snacker, so I keep a lot of healthy snacks around my house. Some peanuts, some biltong, some carrots, or whatever that you're into. So in order for you not to be so hungry by the time dinner time comes, so just snack in between your meals. I started planning my meals. I plan my meals. I plan my lunch all the time. And also, not to mention, even though I wasn't exercising, I would still walk. Relatively, I would walk because I didn't have a car. I would walk to school. I would do mini little walks. Nothing hectic like that. You guys, I really wish I started gym at the time, because I'd encourage anyone that's on their weight loss journey to exercise at the same time, because it helps to tone your body. Because it just becomes super hard after losing weight to try and tone your body. Definitely after doing all of that, the weight started coming off. Like I wasn't even like monitoring it. The weight just legit started coming off. And also about me was, at the time I was a student, right, when I lost weight. So I did not go out of my way to buying things that I wouldn't usually buy in my grocery list. I would not spend lots of money eating healthy, because a lot of people have the perception that healthy foods are so expensive. I would make simple choices, guys. When I'm going to a braai, instead of eating ipapa, garlic bread, all of that, eat the meat and then eat the salad. It's not like you're going out of your way to eating healthy. Therefore it becomes effortless. Like eating healthy for me is so effortless. Don't forget to celebrate small victories. Literally, if I do well, I congratulate myself. I don't have to wait to achieve big things in order to feel good about myself. I will celebrate the smallest things, whether it's fitting into new pants, whether it's achieving a small milestone towards my bigger goal. I celebrate me. I don't punish myself. I'm not so hard on myself. I love myself. I'm kind to myself. I respect myself. Don't forget to take good care of yourself, your health. Your health is the only thing that matters. Once your health is gone, nothing else matters. Not only did I just drop centimeters, I noticed my waist was snatching. For the first time I was like, what? I didn't know I had a waist, guys. My waist is like only 27 inches. That's small. And funny enough, when I was big, I used to wear a size 7 shoe, guys. Now I wear size 5. So I don't know how my feet were also fat. That is so funny. I went from a size double G to a double D. One thing that completely changed when I lost weight about myself, not just physically, but mentally, it was all up here. I started adopting the I can construct into my life. I started believing that I can do certain things. I can lose weight. I can apply myself accordingly, and I can achieve whatever I put my mind to. I believe things are possible for me. That's how my mind is screwed up, and no one can take that away from me. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for, sis? Please do comment down below on what your weight loss journey is, and if you are thinking on losing weight, or if you have, I want to hear more from you guys. This is quite an intimate family, so if you want to DM me, follow me on my Instagram as well as my TikTok, and thank you so much for making it all the way to the end.
You cannot stop me. You can try your best, but you can't stop me. Step on the scene, or you feeling it.